this cell phone charger, because the one thing I hate to use the word hate about this car is there's no freaking way to put your cell phone. So I bought this. This is a car suction cup mount 15 watt fast charger. All right. Technically this isn't the first drive, but it's the first drive that I filmed. Hey, what's up guys? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. Now back to the video. Well, so far it's holding my phone securely. We'll let this thing get warmed up before we sorry. Yeah, we get this thing warmed up before we do anything obnoxious. But yeah, this car is perfect. And I use the word perfect very loosely. I love the car. I wasn't real crazy about the color until I actually saw it, and I really like this shade of yellow. In pictures it looks more yellow, more lemon yellow, but it's not mustard yellow, but it's like somebody took lemon yellow and added a little bit of mustard yellow into it if you hadn't seen it in person. The steering wheel, which I'll show you guys probably on the next video, Joe put a Momo steering wheel on here. I like the feel of the steering wheel. The shape is fine. It's Alcantara, which feels awesome, but there's no telescoping function, so I can't bring it closer to me. And as you can see, my arms are stretched out, but I'm 5'11", so if I move my seat up, I feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to either have to, well, one thing is, I know if you take your airbag out and something happens, all kinds of things, liability, death, all kinds of things. So I'm probably, more than likely, I'm not going to keep the steering wheel. I thought about getting a quick disconnect or a, some type of spacer, whatever, to bring it closer to me. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is getting the aftermarket carbon fiber steering wheel that I can use the stock airbag in. But yeah, for a sporty car with stiff suspension, it actually rides really well. I mean, I've heard people complain about, how stiff, the suspension is or whatever, but the other day my friend Daniel that's got the C6 Grand Sport, he wanted to ride up to the lake. So, we jumped in our cars. I asked wife if she wanted to come, so, she jumped in. And these Corbeau A4 seats or whatever are phenomenal. I mean, they're great. But she fell asleep on the way up to the lake, so that tells you that it can't be that uncomfortable. But take that with a grain of salt, because she's actually fallen asleep on the back of my motorcycle on the way to Jacksonville, on the way back from Jacksonville, on the way to Daytona, and on the way back from Daytona. So take that with a grain of salt. Let's see what the oil pressure, oil temps 149, coolant temps 194. It's a great time of day. I think everybody's already off work, so nobody's really crowding the road. Give it the beans. Two left lanes closed. Got to slow down. And of course, that was not full throttle by any means. But But Charlotte said the same thing about the color. You know, she was kind of, you know, even though we made a conscious decision to buy a yellow car, you know, the first time you see it, it's like, it's yellow, you know what I mean? So you're kind of, you know, if you hadn't seen one before, you kind of taken aback. And y'all probably think I'm crazy, but I've never seen a Millennium Yellow C5 in person, so. That is insane. That was crazy. This car is, yeah, this is crazy. I don't know what y'all doing. This thing's freaking hella fast, hella fast. Yeah, I've been told that I can upgrade my injectors, which I actually need to contact Joe and see if he's done anything other than, you know, what he told me, because I don't want to buy some 60-pound injectors if he's already got, you know, something on here. But I've been researching meth kits and, you know, all that kind of stuff or whatever. But my plans are to, it's kind of crazy how I said, when I said my plans, I put my hands together like I was a evil villain or something like that. But plans are to have it dyno tuned just to get a baseline and to, you know, make sure everything is, you know, within say parameters or whatever. And like I said, you know, if I do decide to do methanol, if I do decide to do a meth kit, then I'll have a baseline from where I started at and, you know, where I'm going or whatever. So when I do add mods, I can go back and have it, you know, tuned again, and I know, you know, on the same dyno, I know where I'm at. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys stay tuned in for, you know, more adventures with the C5 that I think I'm gonna call Sunshine. And if you want to know why, you can reference the movie Harlem Nights. There was a lady on there named Sunshine, and good Lord, that car is smoking. And I don't mean hot. I mean it's literally smoking. I understand why Joe really didn't want to get rid of this car. I love this freaking car. But one of the first mods I'm going to do, other than the window regulator, so I guess it's technical. Well, I don't know if you call that a mod. That was more of a repair. But the first mod I'm going to do is not even going to be performance related. I really need to update this stereo, not necessarily because of the audio, but I would really like to have Bluetooth and be able to play, you know, navigation and Bluetooth through my phone, through the radio or whatever. So, and I've got some speakers from when I used to be heavy in the car audio, and I've got a 6-channel audio control amp. So I may toss that in too. I don't know. I may just, you know, run everything off of the radio and just, you know, leave it at that. But the funny thing is, you know, the other day, you know, after I got my tag and stuff, me and Charlotte went out to go get something to eat, and, you know, she was actually saying that she loved the car too. And, you know, I was hinting around at actually keeping the car, because the plan was, you know, to get the car, you know, create, you know, some content around the car. There's some events and stuff that I want to go to, and some of them are Corvette specific events. And which the one in Detroit, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go because I didn't want to commit to going until I actually had a car. And then when I finally got the car, the event was sold out. So she's got me on the waiting list, and you know, I guess they'll let me know something if something opens up. But anyway, some of these events are, you know, Corvette specific, and you know, some of them at the National Corvette Museum, and you know, I'm you know, covering Corvette stuff, and everybody's like, what kind of Corvette you got? And I'm like, well, I'm waiting on my allocation for my Z06. And I just got tired of saying that, so I was like, you know, I really want something cool that I could drive to these events and, you know, go to car shows and stuff like that. And I didn't realize that I would find this car. I was just looking for a reasonably priced, you know, C5, you know, hopefully a Z06 or whatever. And I ended up finding a monster of a freaking car that's got most of the stuff that I would have wanted to do to it already done. And I was actually going to save this for another video, but Joe said he didn't even know what kind of headers were on it. And you know, I was curious, so I'm, you know, poking around my phone or whatever, and I was like, is that a K? And I was like, these are freaking Cook's headers. I was like, oh my God, this, you know, I mean, so, I mean, you can tell he took care of it. He spent a lot of money on it, updating it, upgrading it, and, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, what we ended up, you know, getting the car for, and I'm kind of at the, as much as I want the, and I know y'all getting tired of me talking about the carbon fiber wheels, I love this freaking car. I may scale back my whole build if I have to, if it means I can keep this, because yeah, I love this freaking car. I didn't think I would, but I do. And I've always liked C5s, you know what I mean? You know, to me, that was the car after, I won't say I hated C4s, but that's probably my least favorite Corvette. Oh yeah, you know, I forgot, I gotta install those sway bars. He gave me some Hotchkiss sway bars in the freaking trunk. I would do it tomorrow, but I got some other stuff. I got some maintenance I gotta do. Gotta finish installing my pool pump. I need to change the oil on my truck, the brakes on the Suburban. Got a million things to do tomorrow. And that's the only thing. I have a problem finding sixth gear. I gotta remember to go over and back. And just in case you're wondering, I do plan on taking it to the track. Like I said, I want to get a baseline, you know, even if I do have to trade it in or sell it, you know, once, you know, Z06 time comes up, I still want a baseline so I have something to compare the C8 to. And I wish I could keep them and do keep both of them and do a direct comparison or whatever, maybe sell this one later on, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be in the cars. I mean, anything can happen between now and then, but as it stands right now, once I get that call and, you know, they start, you know, building mine, I go to probably status 3000. It's probably going to be time to start looking for a new home for her. It sucks. And I definitely want to do some track events. And like I said, I have no idea, you know, when, you know, my turn is coming up. But I do know that I'm waiting on the Z07 package. You know, I was going to go ahead and get the car, but I mean, honestly, especially now, there's really no rush, you know, to get the car. Man, these people from South Carolina cannot drive. Yeah, this ride is not rough at all. I mean, it's really, I mean, I just hit like I mean, it wasn't like a speed bump, but I mean, I'm just kind of, you know, gliding along. I don't know if he, you know, changed the shocks out or, I don't know, man. It's there. I mean, and really, I would really love to do a wide body kit on it. And, you know, paint everything, you know, stock color instead of doing like some people doing, leaving the exposed carbon fiber or whatever. Because really that would kind of pay homage to what GM started doing with the Z06 package, was actually making it wider so you can put, you know, fatter meats on it or whatever. So that was kind of my intent, but of course the missus doesn't want me to do anything to it because, you know, she was like, that's not what we agreed to. You know, you said you really want to get rid of it, you know, once you got the other car. And I did, but that was before I loved it. And I mean, I love it, so we might have figured something else out. Make sure everything's loud and clear. Hey, what's up, guys? This is my nephew, Maricus. Call him Lee. Well, some people call him Lee. I call him, or you call him Reek. Call him Maricus. There you go. Oh yeah, I call him nephew. But anyway, this is his first ride in the car. Going to Wendy's to pick up some groceries. Which way? Wendy's that way? Right. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy.
It's fine with me. I like it.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to actually speed, but it's just getting up to speed. Yeah. That's all the fun. As you feel the rear end get, you know, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun, man. I'm all smiles over here. I'm gonna hate it when it's time to get rid of it.